Jeremy Jane, you speak more Japanese than I do. Do you know what Kaizen means?
You know, if I were just guessing, just off the top of my head, off rip, not looking it up, I would say that it's probably a word that means betterment or improvement, and it's two kanji, one for reformation, change, or modification, and the other for virtuous or goodness. I mean, I'm just, I'm kind of just dabbling here.
You're really smart. I didn't know your last name was GPT.
Well, I'm on gshow.org cheating a little bit.
Oh, fantastic. Well, all of that idea of Kaizen, I think, applies to this game, Kaizen, a factory story, a new game from a studio called Coincidence, formed by a bunch of people who worked at Zachtronics, making those great games like Opus, Magnum, and this is another one of those. It's an optimization puzzler is how I would describe it. You are trying to create different items in a factory and finding the most efficient way to do it. And the best way to show that off would be for me to build some binoculars. You want to see how we do that?
Yeah, I would love. Wait, hold on. Is this? Oh, this is your. Wait, is that the name of your factory? Is video games are bad?
No. So part of, I'll explain maybe after we finish one of these.
Okay.
But we're going to do a couple of these puzzles. I'm going to show you how to be an optimization puzzle wizard. I have not played a ton of this game, so I might be lying. I might actually be really bad at it. We'll see. It'll be funny if I am. But yeah, let me just show you how one of these works with, I think, a good tutorial one. So basically, this game is like half visual novel, half programming factory game. And what you do in it, let me make a new solution here for this one and not use my super cool solved one, is you on the right of the screen, you have this series of items and a goal image. So you're trying to create a factory that's capable of creating this sort of mold of a design using these disparate pieces, right? So you've got the hinge that goes in the middle here, this bit, and then you've got one barrel of the binocular and the eyepiece, right?
Okay.
And in the factory, you have to connect all of these pieces. So you have this riveter tool. This is one of them. There's a bunch of tools that fill in over here the further that you go in the story. This is just one of the tutorial puzzles. And a timeline down here at the bottom. And when you add different commands, the commands are available based on the types of items or types of tools that you have on the board. You can create a little timeline and attach all these pieces. So now this is one whole piece, right? But we have to make the binoculars here. Now you would think, that seems easy. Just put the other barrel over there, dum-dum.
That's what I was waiting for you to do, yeah.
Right? You can't. You have to place, much like a factory, to create an efficient scenario. Kaizen, perhaps. You have to, I don't know if I used that right, probably not. When you place a barrel or any item on the map, that is the spot where that item exists. And you have to move it out of the way if you want another one.
Oh.
So that's where you add this arm, right? And you can see it already sort of filled it in because it knows what I'm trying to do. So this command here is the flip command. So I'll go back to the beginning here. This timeline, you can scroll back and forth and see it play out and find where you may be making an inefficient movement. So now when I move it forward, the arm flips the binoculars over, spawning the other pieces, and then they attach to the rest of it.
Okay, so does it just knows to do that because it's a symmetrical object, basically, right? So it's flipping it and just doing like the symmetry filling out, sort of, right?
So no, because these are the places where I put the spots, right, or the pieces, that's where they'll spawn. So this arm has another feature where you can extend it out, right?
Yeah.
You can't do it in this one, but you can pull the part away, and if there's not enough space, the other spots won't fill with their piece.
Oh, okay.
Like if I pulled this whole construction down, there'd be enough space for an eyepiece to spawn, but not enough space for the next barrel to spawn. Or at least I don't think. So that wouldn't pop up. It's only because I'm setting up the factory. You'll see it as we do some harder puzzles here.
Okay, cool.
I feel like a teacher. So
I feel like a student.
Perfect. So there we go. We've made the binoculars. Now because we weld the pieces together, flip them over with more pieces spawning and weld them together, and then flip it back over, boom. Cool. Mr. Kaizen says we did a good job.
Okay.
So this here is the thing that makes Zachtronics games, and I guess now Coincidence's games, so compelling to me. When you finish making a solution to your puzzles, because all of the solutions can be up to you. You can make a really big, ridiculous series of pieces and have it all connect in whatever way you want. But your goal is to be really efficient, is to find the perfect way to do it that takes the least number of steps. And you know when you hop in here and you see the leaderboard, oh snap, video games are bad. Shout outs to the YouTube channel. Video games are bad.
Oh, that's like a Steam friend of yours. Okay,
yes, exactly.
That makes more sense now.
Also a non-Steam friend of mine, who has done this game as well and is obviously a little bit better at it than I am. You can see, oh, there are faster ways to do this. There are ways to do this that take up less space on the board or are cheaper, right? This is very early on, so there's not a ton of options that you have.
I was going to say, I feel like that's kind of the optimal solution you just hit right there.
Yeah, exactly. Although it looks like maybe there's one faster way to do it that somebody's found here on the area timeline. Maybe not. Yeah, this is what keeps me coming back, is I always want to top the leaderboard, which is, for a puzzle game, is a wild thing to be a motivator.
That's cool. I'm very curious now to see how like a more complex one plays out, because to me that one seemed so simple that it's hard for me to even imagine optimizing it more.
Right? Pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
This one,
oh shit,
is a little more involved, but not like a ton. So just so you can see one that has a little bit more freedom. So this one we have to build a defender bot. Looks not unlike a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers big machine. You ever watch Mighty Morphin Power Rangers?
I did, fan? Yeah. No, I was trying to remember the name. It's the Megazord, right? Is that the name of the... Okay, cool.
You got it.
That's why I went silent, because I was like, it's not Voltron. Don't say Voltron.
I mean, it's basically the same thing, let's be honest. They kind of ripped it off.
So you're putting this arm right in his crotch, and... Yep,
that's where it belongs.
So I'm still mystified by this game. So, like... You don't have to put down all of the pieces because it can infer... Maybe it's better if you just demonstrate this, but let me pose my question. You don't have to put down all of the pieces because it can infer based on the gaps that are left over. But the last one was like symmetrical with only sort of those like 3 pieces. I'm curious how this one will come together in autofill.
Okay, the way that I visualize this is maybe a good way of explaining it. I'm glad that you're here to ask these questions, because this is all just in my brain now from playing this series of games, and I need someone who doesn't know. So... when you place this torso down, the way that I think about it is the areas, the green squares behind the torso are now sort of where the next torso will come up from.
Right.
Like it's a blank space and it will be replaced by that if it's moved off. So I can place this plunger here, or the arm rather, and attach it, and then I can grab it. And here is another programmable piece so you can make on the timeline. Your arm named A can grab the piece and pull it back. Of course, again, these get much more complex and you have multiple arms and multiple things. Right. So you can edit the information on this node. It's a bit like programming, like Scratch or Blueprints. And you can pick whichever arm you want to manipulate right now. You can have multiple things on the same timeline, which is cool. But you can move it and pull it back, right? So once you move it, this spot would be filled in, right? And you can see it even sort of shows this is where the next one will go if we needed another one for the next part of the timeline. So go ahead and get rid of that. But yeah, so it's sort of like, it doesn't programmatically no, you know, it's just kind of, that's where the next one goes in a factory.
Gotcha. So you're like defining the green blocks as like pieces of the production pipeline that are dedicated to those pieces. That makes more sense.
Yes. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
You said it much more succinctly than my
needlessly
long description.
Only because I was having so much difficulty understanding it that my brain was like, you must find the meaning. Right. You must define.
So your goal right now, right, is to connect all these pieces. We have another piece or another tool called the Riveter, which will connect 2 pieces in front of it. So any 2 that are connected in their own space will be connected by the Riveter. So, or welded rather is the word to use, I guess. So we're going to use that to connect the head to the body, this to connect the arm to the body, and a welder to connect the body to the leg.
Gotcha. So the welder is just a side-by-side riveter, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Whatever's on this node, little golden bit, and then whatever's on this node, the other golden bit, will be connected. And then we need to get the other side as well. So you'll see here the sort of thing of, if you have a piece somewhere, where does it go? So it flips over, right? And then the arm and the leg spawn because there's empty spaces. And
okay. See, that's what I was confused about last time, is where the extra pieces were. Now I understand they like rise up from the predetermined spot for arms and legs.
Exactly.
It's all coming together in my brain now.
You should get hired to work here, I think.
You're
basically an expert.
You know, I would say I'm experiencing Kaizen, which, if you didn't know, is a Japanese term that means betterment or improvement. Just, you know, me as like a human being.
The katakana, what is it?
The kanji.
Kanji, thank you. The kanji for it mean this and this.
Yeah,
I
reformation
don't have
and
the
virtuous
the
goodness.
G-spot thing up. Yeah, perfect. There we go.
Yeah, just if I was guessing, just
Yeah,
based on
you're
educated
so
guess.
good at Japanese.
I'm definitely not alt-tabbing any sort of reference.
So that was sort of the tutorial area, and I mentioned half of this game is also a visual novel. It's not just making and solving puzzles. Although you can totally skip the text, so you don't have to read on it. It's up to you. But I think it's very funny. So I'm going to show you some of the story of Kaizen, a factory store. You play as David, I think a worker who's come to Japan, I think from America.
I was going to say that's not a traditional Japanese name, I don't think.
Yeah. You see that K-truck that went by? So
did.
cool.
That was
Yeah,
me
he's coming to
driving
work
by.
here at the factory. He's going to help out the Kaizen factory or whatever it's called. I think it is. Yeah, whatever. Make some new toys and whatnot, or perhaps food. They take a trip to town after he has sort of gotten used to the rest of the people, and now he is learning a bit about food in Japan. So it takes place in the 80s, as you can see here, fall 1986.
I have to interject with a little Japanese language lesson here. Is the first kanji in Kaizen the same first kanji as in Kaizo?
Oh, maybe.
I think it is. Like Kaizo that is because Kaizo are like modifications that are super hard.
Yeah,
and
and they're all
the,
about mastering and optimizing your play route, right?
As far as I can tell, we got the same Kai. All right, cool. This is a multidisciplinary educational channel.
Yeah, we're learning a lot here today. Japanese.
they got the big
building
crab.
toys. Yeah, man. They're that size. We arrived at the city of Gifu, right?
Gifu.
Maybe? Gifu, thank you. Later that autumn. There, we met with Ishibashi-san, the man tasked with scaling up the production of plastic foods in order to support a restaurant chain with global ambitions.
Today, the plastic food in restaurant displays is usually made in small batches by individual artisans. But our current customer is a national chain that has plans to
I
expand.
love the plastic food in the window in Japanese
Right?
food establishments.
So cool.
In order to supply them, we'll have to introduce some kind of automation to the manufacturing.
Like, look at the pasta with the fork holding it holds itself up. So cool.
That would be
At the
that's
same
like a
time,
cool
I don't
weird
want
job to have
lose
is be
the
like the plastic
handcrafted
food
quality
artisan.
of these items.
Yeah.
That does sound like a tough balancing act.
If I could do that, I would just make a lot of, like, awful food that no one would ever want to eat. But what else are you going to do? Not
Just
buy
make
my product?
A really like painstakingly made
It
bad
is.
looking food.
I assume
Yeah.
that's why they sent this hotshot over here.
It's
to help out.
viral. If I say it's viral, people will go.
What would you order? Oh shit, never mind.
Sounds like the boss talked you up a little bit.
Oh no.
If we see that screen again, I want to know what
This
you would
is a
order.
team effort.
Okay.
Why don't you take care of the production lines? You seem to enjoy that.
You're right. I do enjoy that.
Oh,
Sure,
do?
no problem.
Sure, no problem.
They're pawning this off
This
on
just might
David.
turn out to be your
Yeah.
specialty.
You can do all the boring work we don't like setting up.
I love that Oyama-san has just like a
Plastic materials.
just a normal like Westerner accent for the voice.
Yeah.
It's great.
I'll get us some reference items from the restaurant.
That's a great idea. Sounds like the tasty plastic task force is ready to begin.
Hell yeah.
They're
Do you
code
wanna be a
switching
part?
to make David comfortable.
That's what it is. Yeah, yeah. As soon as he leaves the room, they're like,
Plastic task
stupid
force?
idiot.
Was that a
He
name
fell
made
for
up
it.
just now?
Let's go. Tasty Plastic Task Force.
Tasty plastic task force. Ho.
David's like, are they
This
fucking
should
with
be
me?
interesting.
All right. Now we're going to make some plastic onigiri.
Oh,
You
hell
ever had
yeah.
an onigiri?
I have. I love onigiri.
Yeah. It's really good. I
is very
remember
good.
we went to a festival, and there were clearly college kids who, like, don't care about food that were making it. And it was $15 for one onigiri.
That is appalling.
That's insane, right?
That's upsetting.
All right. In order to make the plastic rice on these onigiri look appealing, it can't be too smooth or opaque. See how... So I thought we were making toys. See how real rice is almost a little translucent and slightly shiny? Then you have nori wrap, which has that textured, glossy look. Oyama-san says, there are all kinds of factors like this, huh? How are we going to know when we get it right? Tomoe says, just put one of our plastic onigiri out next to a real one. Like, it's not too long, right? The narrative stuff. If you're just here for the puzzles, you can click through it.
No,
But it's fun.
it is legitimately interesting too, because it's like you never really think about like the texture, like the subsurface scattering of light that like goes into, making like plastic food look real. I just take it for granted because it's like, oh, it looks just like food.
Yeah, it's charming. I like that about it. It's the first one of these games that I think has an explicit narrative. Like everything before this was sort of, except for Eliza, but I don't think that was like a puzzle game. That has more of a story. So it's cool to see. Tomoe finishes and says, if someone tries to eat the plastic one, we'll know we've nailed the look.
I love
I feel like that
that.
would hurt. Oh, this is cool. So we're doing puzzles now that I've never tried. I don't know any of these pieces.
Okay, cool. Good.
Yeah. So move parts into cutters to remove material and cut them into separate pieces.
You're braver than me because for puzzle games, my worst fear is not being able to solve a puzzle and it's like recording and everyone's like watching me and I'm like, oh, it's just if I just rotate it a little bit maybe. And I'm just like fucking floundering.
I'm happy to be wrong. I do that all the time. So, okay, here I'm thinking, you see me. Let me know how you're feeling about this.
Yeah, you push the rice into the cutter.
You got it. You see what you're picking up what I'm putting down. Okay, and then we'll put this here, and then another arm here to push it down into that.
Okay.
So we're gonna have it move 2 down. I want to see what happens when I do that. Okay, that's perfect.
And then you got to pull it 2 up, yeah.
Yeah. Negative 2. Pull that up. See,
then-
you get it.
Yeah.
You think you can't do it, but I believe in you.
No, this is sick. I actually really like this.
Isn't this crazy? Like, you've been programming for a while now, so it's not too far off, right?
Yeah, for sure. after a hard day of programming, I would love to blow off some steam by doing like
By
visual
programming.
scripting.
Yeah. And I also have to connect them. Right here.
That's my
Boom.
favorite part of the onigiri is the rivets, you know?
Yes.
I love when you bite into a nice rivet.
It tastes great. It's high in fiber. Okay, there you go. So we did it. We
Cool.
welded 1 onigiri. That was actually really sick.
Yeah, no, I like that. I can't imagine a way that, like, that's got to be the optimal solution. Does it tell you if it's the optimal solution or is
We'll
just
find
like,
out.
right,
There's some more story. Okay, Ishibashi-san says, do you think the word onigiri is too difficult for Americans to say? You got me. Okay.
Damn.
All right, settle down. Whenever we want to export products, we have to consider things like this. I don't think it's too difficult to say. It does remind me, sometimes my mom would put an onigiri in my lunch and the other kids would say, oh, look, David's got a rice ball. I see.
Rice ball.
Rice ball. It's like in Pokemon, they called them jelly donuts. The
Do they
shape isn't
really?
much like... Yeah, there's a bit where I think Brock sees Ash eating onigiri or something like that. and he's
Oh,
like,
in the show, right?
the show.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
this
yeah.
now, yeah.
I love jelly donuts.
That's very funny.
The shape isn't much like a ball, Tomoe says. And then David says, yeah, it seems like there could be a better name. Rice triangle?
They're like, get this guy the fuck out of here.
Kill this motherfucker. Put him in the hole.
Send him back to America.
Put him in the hot box. Tomoe's pissed. Oyama-san says, there's plenty of time to think about other names.
That's
Dude,
some
this
of that classic Japanese corporate passive aggression where they're like, that's Oyama-san saying, this guy is the dumbest man I've ever met in my life.
We should have taken more of his lunch money.
Yeah. Push
Okay,
him
so
into
that was
the grinder.
actually, you're right, that was really optimal.
Yeah. You're embarrassing your friend on the leaderboard, frankly.
I'm sorry. That was good though. Yeah, that was solid. I really don't know how
Crushing
fast you do that. One other thing you can do. Hopefully this doesn't crash the recording. It shouldn't.
I'm
You
scared
can
of that
record a
button.
GIF.
All right, let's see what happens. So I'll let you know if your
File was
computer
saved to my
breaks.
desktop. Are we good?
Yeah, no, you're still here.
Oh hell yeah!
Wow, this is
So-
just like content warning.
It is. We were scared. I hope a monster doesn't eat me. So yeah, now there's a GIF saved of how the factory works.
Cool.
Maybe I'll overlay it on the video here. But you already watched this, so what's the point? Anyway, it's cool. You can share it with social media and like it's a little in-game
cool.
GIF builder, right? That's neat.
That's so you can flex on your friends and be like, look at this onigiri.
How smart I
Oh
am. Now
shit, we
make
got the
some
Maki coming up
sushi.
next. Dude,
Yeah.
I'm fucking, now we're making like plastic food. I'm way more on board. I don't know why.
Right? I didn't care about the binoculars, but as soon as I was making food I can't eat, I'm excited.
Yeah,
I
now
get
I'm
you.
in.
I knew it would work. I was waiting for the point in the story where you would be interested, and I saw food, and I was like, all right. So Ishibashi-san here is going to tell us a little bit more about this Maki Sushi before we assemble it. Shape, color, texture, every attribute is important to get right in order to create the illusion of real sushi. And David says, I see. I never thought about how many things you had to consider when making plastic food. That's literally you.
That's literally,
David
I
is
just,
literally you.
I
You
fucking-
just said
I was just clowning on David, but literally I've become David. This is so
calling your
embarrassing.
ass out. If the results are even a little bit off, the effect goes from appealing to off-putting, so it's important to get right. And Tomoe says, too bad the one thing we can't fix is the smell. If they didn't smell like burnt plastic, I'd be getting really hungry right now.
Then you need to eat it. You don't want it to be too realistic.
She's so funny. Ishibashi-san says, yes, if only we could make these models smell like the foods they represented too.
Nobody's
I've
asking
long-
for that.
That's such a bad idea. That's
Nobody
like
wants
soap
that.
that looks and tastes like a hamburger. Like, that's a bad idea. I've long wished... You've had one of those, right? Hamburger soaps. I don't know what I'm
I've
talking
eaten
about.
one. I've fallen into that trap many days.
It's, sometimes you get real hungry. I've long wished for a day where that becomes possible. And Tomoe says, that sounds like it could be dangerous. Well, you suggested it. All right, let's make some food. Oh, this is interesting. Poke commands. Yeah, to push once and retract without grabbing all in a single step. Oh, cool. So it's like optimizing the grab and pull, but only by one step.
Okay.
Neat. All right. Well, that works.
I'm glad that they had this. My problem with this game usually is that I get so overwhelmed. It seems like they do a very good job of onboarding you gradually through this.
For sure. I feel like I'm doing a lot of tutorial, which is good because the Opus Magnum kind of starts and it's like, all right, man, good luck. All right, so we've got one piece here, and you have to. So we have to make this 3 wide. I wish I could can I zoom in? Oh no, you can zoom out though. Wow.
Holy shit.
All right.
Okay, that just terrified me because now I'm picturing the late game levels where there's like a giant mechanism.
Where over here and where? I bet you have to like assemble a piece and then move it along and then assemble it to another big chunk. Yeah, I can't wait for that. That makes me excited and you scared, so I understand that. So, okay. If we put this like this... Well, if I just do this 3 times, what happens?
Wait, I think I got this because... Oh, shit.
Then we get 4.
Okay, this is... I think I got this one. I think you got to do exactly what you've got right... Oh, wait, no. Oh, wait, the riveter should be... No, never mind. I don't got it.
No, I think you're on the right track.
You got to... But then if they won't all be connected... Oh, wait, but the riveter can run before it does the last push, right? Like, you can push one, so there's 2, rivet them together, and then push again and rivet those together, and they'll all be connected, right?
I think it's okay if you have one that's riveted. It's okay if they're connected still or something like that.
Yeah,
because like
that and then rivet, and then push, and then rivet, and then push all 3 of those down.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So we would be here, and then do this again. Right, and then
do the same exact thing, and then you need like a welder on the side, I think.
Yeah,
to bind the rows.
I think you're right. I think you did this without me.
Boom! I like this game, dude. Okay, you're doing a good job because now I want this game.
Right? Isn't this so much fun? Like, it's weird. This shouldn't be fun, especially again as somebody who programs like in his spare time. The idea of doing that in a video game should be stressful, or at least like not an enticing idea. But this is like so much fun.
Yeah, no, this is weirdly like calming. I don't know.
It's like all the fun of programming, none of the stress.
Yeah, it's like if you could program little plastic toy sushi.
Yes, if only. And you could make money from it. It looks nice when the 6 rolls are lined up next to each other like that. It's all compact and cute. Indeed, it reminds me of the crest of the Sonata clan.
This is when David awkwardly looks around. He's like, I don't know.
What's the Sonata clan? Is that like the Ford family? Or is that like the Rothschild?
That is the American equivalent of these like story clans that we have. Just like, oh, is that like
what company did they own?
Is that J.P. Morgan?
Yes. Oh man. It does now that you mention it. What's the crest of the Sonata clan? They keep
David.
Dude, it's scathing what they're doing to my boy David here. I'll have to find an example to show you. Maybe we have a book around here or something. I was going to say it kind of reminds me of a 6-pack, of beer.
Okay, I was going to say that's the most American thing you could say, but also probably the most Japanese thing you could say.
Probably also true. Wow, you buy 6 cans at a time? Maybe... You must really love beer.
Maybe Japanese beer doesn't come in 6-packs. I don't know.
Dude, the writing in this game is so funny. Well, that's just how it comes back home. I guess I didn't realize it was different here.
Damn, dude, I keep saying David shit right before David says it. It's really I need to shut up.
They got your card, they got your number.
Goddamn.
Big fan of beer, are you? Perhaps there will be some waiting for you when we finish up this assignment. How nice. Thanks, Oyama-san. In the factory. I feel like I've given everyone the wrong impression.
David loves to party.
He does. Ooh, there was a slightly better way to do that, it looks like. But that was pretty optimal. I agree.
I refuse to believe it.
We should do one more.
Yeah, let's do it. This game is fun. I like it.
Right? Oh, yeah, there's these like, letters, too, that your family sends you just to make sure you're like not dying. I'm not going to read all this. My mom's yapping. There's a lot of something about grandma's not around anymore.
I'm picturing you replying to the mom saying like, hey, you're not going to read all that. Good for you, or sorry that happened.
Sorry that happened. Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. I don't know. Grandma's dead or something. Something about Studebachers. I don't know. All I see are pronouns and capital words. Anyway, let's make a sandwich. Now, bread, that's a whole other challenge. Oh, so true. It's one the Wonder Bread Company was saying. Is it really going to be that different from rice? They're both light-colored and fluffy-looking. Oh, what are you talking about? I just said that.
We need to write. Listen. We need to write a game exactly like this.
Dude, are they reading our mind? What are the chances? What are you talking about? They're completely different. The texture, the way the light plays across the surface, the colors are quite distinct too. Take a look. Yes, when you put them side by side like that, I do see the difference. Talking about? See, you can't assume you know what foods look like from memory. You need to look and study them closely. You have the spirit of a true artist, Ishibashi-san.
Damn.
Oh my god. What a nice reprieve from the brain melting that is this game. All right.
Wait, that's a piece of bread? That looks like a cross-section of chicken katsu.
I think it is. Yeah, and they're making a katsu sandwich.
Oh, okay. It says that on the side. All right, good. That I am not fool.
Now we have tracks. Place arms on tracks and use slide commands to quickly move them over long distances.
Okay.
I'm glad we're learning together. This is fun.
This game is making me hungry too.
Yeah, for plastic food.
Yeah, I guess I forgot it was plastic.
So how does this work? So we have a tall piece of bread and a thin piece of chicken katsu. Or pork. It doesn't say. So I guess we have to cut the bread shorter.
Yeah.
In the middle.
Can we use the track? You can't put a cutter on the track, can you?
I don't know. I think we have to put a... Wait.
No. Okay, so you need to use an arm
on the track? Yeah, okay. So if we just put an arm on the track... That's my favorite rapper. Get arm on the track.
Arm on the track.
Put the cutter
That's the ad-lib that he says at the beginning of the song. Arm on the track.
Oh, you can just keep going the whole distance of the thing. That's cool.
Okay.
So, yeah, if we just do that... Whoa, too far.
Oh.
I see. Okay.
Okay, hold on. Can we do a shorter track?
Yeah.
But wait, but then we'll need a puller. We'll need two pullers waiting at the end to pull the bread onto the katsu. Yeah. This is like, if you were making a sandwich making machine, this would be like the most insanely over-engineered way to make a sandwich.
Yeah, it's so unnecessary, right? But it's funny. It works. So I want to stop. Yeah, this is interesting. Okay. Because if we just go here, right? That solves the problem, but the cutter's in the way.
Right, but then what you could do is, if you put the katsu there and then you have two pullers, you could pull the bread one more with two arms.
Like you're saying...
An arm here. There and and one on the bottom bread.
I think you could do it like this.
Oh yeah,
you could use the puller.
Wait, you could just use one because you could use the track to finish the bottom bread.
So you're saying just one, pull this aside, and then I see. Yeah. You're making a cheap one. Okay.
I'm just trying to I'm trying to impress Oyama-san so that he takes me out for beer after work.
He said they were waiting, so he better do it. Okay. So B is gonna move one back.
They're like, I can't help but notice David got a lot more, ingenuity in his work when we promised him beer after.
It was in a six-pack too. He was really excited. It reminded him of home. What do you think David's drinking?
I think he's drinking whatever the boss is drinking.
Yeah, you're a company man. You know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then 2 rivets and then we're done, right?
Damn, yeah.
Look at that.
I feel like that one I do have the feeling there could be a more efficient way, but I feel like that we did pretty well.
I'm trying to think of like what you would do.
I don't know. I just have a feeling.
Maybe.
Why is this so satisfying to watch it cut the bread and make a little sandwich?
Right? It sounds good too. It's got great sound design.
All right, let's see the chart. Oh.
Yeah. We gotta get through the story first.
Oh.
Wow, these plastic sandwiches look pretty good. By carefully experimenting with the formula for the plastics, we were able to come up with something suitable. It's not bad, but I would say there's still plenty of room for improvement. He knows. He heard what you're saying. We aren't quite at the level we could be yet. Here's an idea. What if you molded the bread pieces so they're the right size to start with?
Yeah, I mean, why'd they make a giant loaf of plastic bread to slice?
It was cheaper. It came off the back of a truck. David didn't seem to think that was a problem. Did you, David? I mean, I made it work. See? Now let's go over the colors one more time.
David, you never speak back to your boss.
Okay, we kind of crushed it area-wise, but cost-wise, we were a little bit more expensive.
Okay. You know what? Hey, I feel like if I was David, I'd be like, hey, good enough, because that's the American way, you know?
That's right, baby.
I'd be like, hey, the job's done. Let's go get beers.
Yeah, it's time for beers. Oh,
we gotta make the nigiri, dude.
Yeah? Okay, all right.
We can't
one more. All right, sashimi. You know what? I'm just going to get out of here.
What's a California roll? I saw them say, "What's a
Oh
California
man, no,
roll?"
that is funny. You're right. Hold on.
That's
okay.
hella funny. Wait, I gotta see.
I didn't put enough respect on the story. No.
Oh
take
no,
me
no,
back.
that's all right. That's all right. Oh, story intro.
Wait, story intro. Boom. All right. Sashimi, huh? That seems like a pretty tough challenge. We'll have to do our best to create the most alluring looking fish we can. Even if we do, will people in other countries really like sashimi? David, do you think sushi will ever be popular in America? We do have sushi in America. Lots of people like it, including me. There was a place near us when I was growing up, and I used to get the California rolls all the time. What's a California roll? Oh, it's, I'll explain later.
David's putting his foot in his mouth. He's like, "Oh, I love the Caterpillar roll and whatever like specials his local place had."
Yeah, just saying the city rolls. Like
The
we have
Celtics
Hamilton
roll.
here. Yes, yeah, baby. Let me get the Boston Celtics roll.
Yo, let me get that Kevin Durant Maki.
Yeah. No, the Boston Celtics roll is bad. Like 9 out of 10 years in a decade.
I do feel like every local sushi place has like local sports figure or team roll.
Oh, totally. Okay, what do we do here?
Oh wait, I gotta
So-
look at the picture. Okay, so we got. Okay, let's see.
So we can push them down. Do we need to do that?
And
Wait.
They all need to shift one to the right.
What if we had 2 tracks or 2 arms on one track?
Okay, I think you're good.
So, does this work? So that moves,
oh,
and B moves behind it. Can we do that?
Okay, wait, you could do. Oh yeah.
I guess I need to weld them. Oh wait, yeah, I can just weld them. Okay, so those are attached.
Oh wait, and then the arms can release and move on to the next one, and do 3 welders. The track will need to be one longer though, I think.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Pull this over one. Oh, wait. What happened? What did I do? I'm sorry.
It's
The tool
freaking
was
out.
pushed into another tool. Okay.
Someone fell into the machine and they're all yelling at David.
Oh God, I'm so sorry, everyone. Okay, hold on. Move all this out of the way. All right. So we would start here. Grab one, move it over, and then grab one, move it over, and grab it. So this is okay, right?
I think so.
Yeah, let me go A, B. What? Okay, get all these out of here. This is.
Oh yeah. Wait, if you rewind the timeline, I think that's the problem it's having.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Because it had like
Because it was
locked-in
looking for
actions.
something that didn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
right? Okay. So put the welder here.
Yeah.
So
So you.
So do that and do this. Set this to A. So that welds, right?
Boom.
And then I want to let go.
Yeah, on both. Or B's not attached, but just like O and A.
Off. B off.
And then they.
Oh, you can
both-
copy them too. Oh, that's cool. All right.
And then they both move 2, right? Or no, sorry, just A move. They move 1 and then A grabs and moves.
I think I want this too, though, right? I want to grab. I want them both to grab.
No, I don't think you want to grab.
Oh no, you're right. I
B.
want A to grab. Yeah. So it just moves the one.
Yeah, because you want to leave that tuna.
But
Oh,
then
you
I
do want to
do
move
need to
B as
move
well,
B.
though. Yeah,
Yeah.
to keep up with A.
So B's released and moves.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, nice.
And
well,
now
no.
A releases.
Oh no, that works. Yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah. So copy this, put this here, boom, boom, and then just do this again, right?
I think so. Again, I don't know if this is the most efficient way, but it's getting the job done.
Well, no, I guess this doesn't work. I mean, this definitely isn't the most efficient way, but this just solves the problem without me needing to fix everything we just did. So I'll just do one, right? Does that work? Set this to C.
Wait, what's the C for?
Just to move it up one so everything connects. Yeah. Because there was 3 pairs. Rather, we didn't have one
the 3
set.
pairs were not. Oh shit.
Yeah.
I
I think you could
overlooked
make
that.
it slightly more efficient
Yeah,
if
let's think about this.
you do this and then move A, but don't move B.
See, now
Right.
my brain is fucking. There's steam pouring out of my ear. This
'Cause
is
if we-
this is where I hit my fucking ceiling.
If we move A, and then you can select more. Oh, yeah.
That was a big boy move.
Wait, how far does it go? Oh,
I'm getting vertigo when looking at that,
yeah. I'm sweating, not just because it's hot in here,
but
okay.
also because of that.
Yeah. So it moves. So we move A over to get the second.
Wait.
mackerel.
Wait. What if? Oh no, never mind.
I think we do need a C
No, wait, I got it. So
Okay.
you do the exact thing we already did, and then C just pushes everything 1, and then you run the welders. Is that right?
The welders are automatic. As soon as there's 2 things on them, they'll always connect.
Okay, then I think you do the sequence we already had,
Okay.
so that you have the 3 pairs, right?
So is it this?
Oh wait, I think you got rid of our let go of
Right. Yeah. Copy.
release A.
Copy. So A releases, and then
Now
it grabs
A
and
grabs,
moves.
moves it, dupes, and
then
those
we
are
got
welded.
C.
Now I think will that do it? Because that's welding now the gaps.
Oh yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it plays a little sound so you know you're finished. I was just trying to see if there's a faster way to do the A's and the B's.
Let's
Like
see.
if we didn't need that last C section, there must be. Last C section. Don't quote me on that. Sashimi is part of Japan's culinary culture, so I hope we created something worthy of it. They look great. If I was standing outside a restaurant and saw these, I'd probably go in and order them right away. I just hope everyone around the world feels the same way. By the way, David, what are California rolls? You didn't think I'd forget, did you? Well, it's imitation crab, avocado, cucumber, a little mayo. Avocado, how luxurious. I don't know about luxurious. It's more just a sushi roll for Americans. Nothing wrong with that, is there? Maybe I'll get to try a California roll one day.
I
You
feel like
don't want
that's the funny thing about like Americanized versions of international phenomenon is I feel like the assumption as an American is always like, oh, they're gonna cloud on us for this, and then you tell people and they're like, that's fine, I don't, whatever,
Yeah.
who cares?
whatever. Okay, that was all right.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I think
Well,
we did
hey.
I think we did a pretty good job. I don't think we did a like the boss is gonna take us home for dinner with his family job, but I think we
No.
did a pretty good job.
I think he'll give us a couple beers, maybe after work, maybe 1 or 2. Not
That's
6.
all
though.
I'm aiming for. Is just I don't need nothing fancy. Just a whatever denomination of beer Japan
and perhaps a
serves them
paycheck.
in. And a paycheck, of course.
Yeah. Well, Jeremy, thank you for joining me on this experience as we become the masters of creating our own little factories. I hope you actually do buy this and we can talk about the cool structures you make and have a nice little challenge on the leaderboard.
Yeah, no, I want this game now. This is cool. You've convinced one person in the making of this video to buy this game.
Then I've succeeded.